This is a demo for the MCP Hackathon by Xyizko. The project is a Web3 security auditor. The project has 3 tabs. The first is the Introduction tab, which gives the summary of the project. Then the second tab is of the actual smart contract analyzer, and the third tab is of the MCP server. Let's start the demo by analyzing a vulnerable contract from a repository of test contracts. Now let's add our HuggingFace token and select our model from the HuggingFace models. Note the speed and the quality of the analysis is dependent on the model chosen. Now we will initiate the contract analysis. The speed of the analysis is highly dependent on the LOC. We can also examine the execution via the Logs tab. Once the process is finished, then we can examine the results in the Analysis tab. A Markdown report will also be generated, which can be downloaded for further examination. Here we can see a detailed analysis of the smart contract. Now we will test the MCP server integration. First, we will conduct a test of the server, following the same steps as we have done before. The test has passed. Now we will integrate the MCP server configuration in our MCP client. The most popular client is Claude Desktop Client. Note that a free account will work here. To begin the process, we must configure Claude Desktop to recognize the MCP server configuration by editing the Claude Desktop.json file. After configuring the client, we have to restart the client. This will initialize the server configuration. You can also examine the MCP connection logs from the client. In order to use the MCP server, we have to structure the prompt as shown. Once this prompt has been executed, it will communicate with the MCP server and call the contract analyzer function. Thank you for listening.